Motivation to enroll in college, there's a lot. To start off with, definitely my family. We all come from the hospitality area and field, restaurants and long hours, no money or barely any money. And so my uncle was always lecturing me to you want to pursue college. Those first few weeks of college for me were pretty exciting. It was a different environment, and I got to a point that I never thought I could reach. So it's just like I was like a kid in a candy store. I was like trying to figure out what's going on and wow, what's this, or wow, what's that? It was exciting. So those experiences in high school that I didn't know were preparing me at the time for college were challenging myself to take harder courses like AP classes. They're really challenging, and now that I taking some of those classes into college, I was like, oh, it's not that bad, because I'm already used to it. It's sort of like review for me. And also another big one would be, making those relationships with my teachers. I was a student that used to get along with my teachers and comfortable with them. And so now I know that being in college, having a good relationship with your professor plays a big role in the outcomes. I'm most proud of that I didn't give up on myself, and that if I'm determined and I put my mindset into something, I could go a long way. I always thought I wasn't so smart and the brightest person, but my teachers, my one-goal directors, my one-goal counselors, and my family, sort of took that blindfold off and showed me this is you, man. You could do so much more. Never limit yourself, never give up.